Hey, good morning. How you doing, Kelly? It is Tuesday, April 27th. My goodness, it's the day that I get my second shot. I'm ready for this.
I don't think there's much you need to do prepare.
I studied. I got my hydration on. I have a lot of friends who told me like what I need to do. I tried to get a good night's sleep, but it was like before the first day of school, so I couldn't sleep, and I was trying to like get ready for the rest of the week because who knows what that's gonna like lead to. But I'm ready. I'm here. Let's do this.
Good luck, Tommy. I'm a week ahead of you, so it might stink for you, but you'll be fine.
And then on the other side, you get to like fly and like have super strength, right?
Well, 2 weeks afterwards.
Got it.
Yeah. So we're still counting on that. But we also have an update about the Oscars and their stellar ratings from Sunday night.
The close moment of debut was in the script, but who cares?
Right. That probably got more views than the actual Oscars for the past 10 years combined. Also, that's breaking this morning is the supermoon photos going up all over Instagram on this incredible moon. And a lot of people had the perfect weather to see this beautiful occurrence. And Tommy, I know you have a great fear of foul balls at baseball games.
Last thing I ever want to happen to me.
Now the odds are higher than ever that you will get one, get hit by one, see one, experience one. The Wall Street Journal did an entire article. This is what it's come to about catching a foul ball.
Slow day in the sports department.
For sure.
Also, the Wizards are on a roll. Big news for the Caps tonight. We got a lot to get to this morning. And if you want to catch up on any of our past shows, just look for Tommy and Kelly anywhere you get your podcasts or grab the Real Fun DC app.
Live from DC. Broadcasting around the Beltway and beyond, it's Tommy and Kelly made in DC on the Real Fun DC channel and on demand anytime, anywhere you get your podcasts.
All right, Kelly, you, I know, have like a vendetta against award shows because they're not great anymore.
Well, yeah, it's not necessarily a vendetta. It's just, I don't know what it is. I think it's a combination of a lot of things, right? I think people are focused on other things. We are able to see whatever we want, whenever we want, because we have on demand. So they were down, the Oscars down almost 60%. And in the money demo, I believe it was almost 70%. Just double checking my notes here. Yeah. The 18 to 49 demo. So it was 64% down from 18 to 49, which is obviously a big demo for the Oscars. And I think that we should just like reboot. Let's take a couple years off, still do the awards, but like maybe like it's like the Michelin Guide. You just kind of make a press release and we talk about it and we kind of yay, and then we move on with our day.
Yeah, the whole like it's been interesting because the virtual presentations and everything made it weird, but they also like didn't show clips of the movies from the movies that were nominated in a year that people didn't really watch movies. So that there was like no context. Like at least with like the Grammys, there was performances of the songs and of like the artists were there doing their thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that would have helped very much, but yeah. I think it was more
Brad Pitt, go do a scene on stage.
Right. Well, maybe that would have helped.
Though Glenn Close did absolutely win the night, and we're finding out now that the whole situation with her and Laurel and debut from School Days, though it was amazing, it was sort of scripted.
Oh, let's see it. Let me see you do the butt. Let's see it.
Now, this part of her doing the Experience Unlimited song and getting her dance on, apparently that was not scripted. So I just love sports reporters talking about how easy it is to get hit by a foul ball. And the entertainment reporters were like, let's get to the bottom of this Glenn Close conspiracy. Did she or did she not know about debut ahead of time? And so it turns out that the Name That Tune segment was pre-planned. She was probably slid some information about Experience Unlimited, about Spike Lee and School Days and debut.
And Sugar Bear, yeah.
And Sugar Bear and DMV and all the things. But her doing the dance was absolutely not part of the script, nor was it rehearsed.
Well, she might have rehearsed it, but
yeah, I'm sure she practiced it. And then the producers were talking with Laurel, who was like the guy with the microphone, like going through the stars. And they were like, yeah, ask her to do it. We'll see if she does it. And she did it. So there you go.
It was still a great moment for DC, and I did see. I watched the mayor's press conference because she made some announcements about all the things we can and cannot do.
She didn't do debut, did she?
She did not do the debut, but she said debut, and it was just like, and she was like stumbling over it. And it was just like, it was kind of like an awkward moment, right? Because she's the mayor and she's talking about all these official things, and then she says debut. And that song was in my head all day long, and now it will be again, Tommy, because we just played the clip. It just was like running through my head all day.
You're very welcome. That's what we're here for.
Debut.
And like at the end of the day, like what an awesome moment for like DC culture to be exposed to the whole country. So that, well, at least like 60% less of viewers that watched the Oscars last year of the country. But then the next day on demand, a much larger piece of the country was trying to figure out what is going on with
the country, the world.
Yeah,
right?
That's absolutely true.
It was a really cool moment there.
I believe at one point EU Experience Unlimited was the top Google search of the day. Like at some point it popped to like the top thing. Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, and then so I saw yesterday on NBC4 they got a hold of Sugar Bear and they interviewed him about it, and he said, I'm like still shaking it. No one told Sugar Bear this was happening. Basically,
he wasn't in the production meeting with the Oscars.
From what I understand, no, he found out about it the same way we all did.
Aw, well, good for him.
Yeah, so that's kind of wild.
Okay, you want to talk a little baseball?
I do, but this is such a fear of mine that I'm getting like clammy hands just thinking about it.
Well, you've been to a game and you didn't get hit with a foul ball, so
No, but it was close, and they kept happening.
Yes. And so, okay, so we're going to break this down for you. Thanks to the Wall Street Journal, did a story on this a couple days ago. So obviously with less fans in the stands and spread it out and social distancing protocols and all that, when a ball bounces near you, you are more likely to get it because there's not this mad rush of people to get it. And also the odds with less people in the stadium, you can get one as well. So they're saying about average 40 foul balls a game. And so you imagine if you have 40,000 people in the stadium, you're less likely. But if you have like 4,000, obviously your odds increase.
Wow.
And Tommy, I like to sit on the foul ball line.
The Wall Street Journal.
I know, right? I like to sit on the first baseline, which is just ripe for foul balls.
Yep.
And my first game of the season, I took my daughter and we did get a foul ball. It bounced in the row next to us.
See, I would take it on the bounce. I would go for it on the bounce, but off the bat came from a person who's professionally trained to crank the ball as hard as they possibly can.
For sure.
No, thank you.
Unless you have a mitt, that's probably not a good idea. But you also have to be very aware, right? Because you have less people to like protect you. Because so when the foul ball, several went our way, and I was like, you got to be ready to either like duck or catch this darn thing.
That was a thing. Like, it was great to be at the ballpark. I was at the game where we lost by 700 runs, but it's fine. And it was cartoonish at that point. It was like 15 to
I know
2 or whatever. It was
maybe you need to sit out a couple games.
It was horrific. Well, they're not doing so great without me in the stands either. So
that's true.
It was just horrific. And so like the balls, they just kept like coming near us, and I was like, oh hell, here we go. But there was this kid who was probably 12 sitting center field fence, and well, let's just say he was busy that day.
That's good.
And he caught like 2 home runs in his mitt. And I'm like, hard pass. Like, no, thank you. I don't want no part of that. No.
Well, that's a good person to have in your section, though.
Seriously, like someone checked that kid's femur. Did his arm snap off? Like, what happened to him? Because my goodness.
Oh, that's such a great moment when you do catch one, though. Because I that photo of my daughter, it was the first game. We didn't get to go last year. First game we had gone to, and she gets a ball. I took a photo, framed it. I've already put the ball in a little box, and we put the date and who pitched it. And she also thought the pitcher was very cute. So that also, because it came off of he touched it, right? Because he threw it. So these are all the memories that you build at baseball games.
On the bounce. I'll take it on the bounce. We got a question, Kelly. Speaking of, we talked about pins yesterday. My husband Chris has the red and yellow pins with work for people getting vaccinated. Carol wants to know if you wearing your Nats pin is like a conflict of interest. If you can do 2 pins at once. I'm trying to get you a vaccination pin. But Carol had a
Or
question about that.
or have a table at that oh no, not a conflict for me. Read the whole thing.
Oh,
Tommy. A table at Nats Park. Unfortunately, with the protocols, it's going to be a while till we do a table at Nats Park.
yes.
Maybe later in the summer. We don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah,
I read
That
that,
is
as
it.
hints. My eyes aren't awake yet, but I'm trying to bring our peeps in.
Oh, that's awesome.
Jonathan did say that ABC redeemed themselves last night by showing a Sesame Street documentary.
Oh, because they aired the Oscars.
Yeah,
They probably have more people watch that.
100%.
Well, it's not ABC's fault. They just had the broadcasting rights.
They didn't know what was coming. They were just like, Glenn Close is going to do the butt. Let's do it. What could go wrong? Also, in as long as we're like doing the local sports round here, the Wizards are on a roll. They've won more consecutive games than any time in like the last 20 years. So that's amazing. Way to go,
Yeah.
Wizards.
I think they're up to 8 games in a row.
Yeah, they beat the Cavaliers by 9 on their last game on Sunday. And if they do one more, then they're going to break their 20-year their franchise record.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really great. And the Caps are doing really well as well. So great. 2 out of the 3 teams.
Mhm.
Yay.
Caps fans back in the stands tonight at Capital One Arena.
It's so crazy. I mean, I know they're super psyched, and tickets went to season ticket holders, and there's a lot of excitement as they open up their doors. Now, the Wizards have been able to have a couple games at home with fans.
I wonder how much colder the ice rink is with less fans, right? Because like you're used to having more bodies in there, which kind of warm it up.
It is, because I went to a game a couple months ago in Philadelphia, and we were bundled up.
Don't wear shorts, peep.
Nope.
Don't wear shorts.
Nope.
Whatever you do.
Even though it's supposed to be beautiful today.
Let's talk about that supermoon. I'm so bad at knowing these space things, but you're always on top of it, so I appreciate it, Kelly. What is the supermoon and what's going on?
A super moon is a full moon. That's all I got for you. But
All
it's
right.
the way it. Well, no, I don't. I'm just reading from my notes. It looks larger. It appears larger and brighter because it's at a certain angle to the Earth. And so this morning, a lot of people saw it early this morning as it was setting, and the photos are just like incredible. And if you go on Instagram and do hashtag supermoon, you basically get everything that you need to get. But it's pretty cool. I didn't see any though that are from like DC, like the typical like capital. That's Boston. That's the Prudential Center in Boston.
Yeah, I saw one that was like over the city this morning, but I didn't have a chance to grab it. I saw it right as we went live, but it wasn't like a capital or a monument. It was like if you're in Virginia and you were looking at like back into the city where like the Mandarin Oriental is, like over toward the National Mall.
Yeah.
It was like setting over the city. But if you didn't know it was DC, you wouldn't know it was DC.
Right. Well, also there's been other super moons. And so I did find a lot of photos from years past. So I don't know how you verify your super moon. I mean, I guess you could look at like if there's scaffolding on one of the monuments. I don't know. Right? Like, how do you know which super moon is a super moon from now or from years past?
I feel like you need to have that like today's Washington Post and the camera to be able to prove that it's a today supermoon.
That's right. Like a hostage situation.
Proof of moon. Absolutely.
Jeez.
I think you can make it happen. Have a proof of moon up there.
But there is another one coming in May, and then that's it for 2021.
Oh,
so
there you go.
The next full moon will also be a super moon.
Very nice. Thank you as well to Peggy, the class historian. Last night's supermoon was 20,000 miles closer to Earth than usual. That's why we could see it so big.
Wow, that's a lot.
Appreciate that. Thank you, Peggy. She also sent me some how to hydrate and get ready for getting vaccinated today tips. So she's full service. Thank you. I owe you a call back, but thank you. If you want to get involved in our group text, you can do that anytime. Speaking of, at 703-782-4519 if you want to get involved and check in. Also on the way, we are going to check in with Wolf Trap. It's their 50th season. Today, they just announced their lineup, and the CEO, Arvind Minocha, is going to help us break down what the season looks like. Because guess what? it's gonna look a little different. And then also, we're gonna talk about 50 years of like history and how it all kind of comes full circle. I'm such a nerd. There's like old photos of like Wolf Trap back in the day at the like groundbreaking. I'm so excited about this. We'll be right back.